Hey guys, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, Ronin man here in California, and beautiful day. It's winter, but the weather is pretty much always good here. Southern California. I grew up around here, and thought I'd come down to the beach and just check it out and talk about. I wanted to talk about something that I. It's quite a. By the way, it's quite a glassy day today. It's like perfect. Perfect. Like Sorry, I got a cold. I got the worst cold. That's why I haven't been making videos for a few days. Look at that right there. That's a good surfing video. Dude, NYC Crit MGTOW, dude. Hey, what's good, man? A lot of good stuff, blind man. A lot of good stuff. All right, ton of good stuff. Yeah, so guys, hey, dude, thanks so much for being on the Christmas special that Chris did. That was freaking awesome. That was so fun, you guys. Everything you guys added in there, man. Hey, what's going on, man? MGTOW Viking. Yep, I can't say where I am because I don't want to say because I grew up here. So I don't want to give away any of my identity here. But I just want to give you a quick. I want to kind of you know how most people like when they're talking about stuff, right? When they're talking about news and stuff, like news isn't accurate, right? We all know that, right? But why is news not accurate? I wanted to give a very rational, logical reason why I think that news is not accurate. And I've been involved in the news quite a bit. I've been on the news myself a lot. And yeah, this is like what it's like, man. This is wintertime. There's a dude out there surfing. Oh, it's perfect, man. I tell you, California is pretty damn good. Thailand is awesome, but California is good. Seriously, it's so good. Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about, fake news is a topic right now. And oh yeah, dude, there's some killer beaches. What's that island in Korea? What is that island? I forget the name of it. I've been there before. One of my good friends was born there. Totally kick ass. So beautiful. I can't think of it right now. It's famous. But yeah, Jeju Island. Yeah, Jeju. That place rocks. Tons of Chinese are buying real estate there now, going crazy. Whoa, you're gonna get nailed by the water here. I just barely didn't get my feet all wet. Yeah, there's two dudes out here. They just got it to themselves. This is good life here, man. Oh, it's not so cold, man. I'm wearing shorts. It's nice and warm. The sun's beating down here. So, I just took the dog to the nearby coffee shop, and just taking the dog for a walk. So right now my friend's walking the dog, and I'm gonna shoot this quick video. But yeah, so man, it's like the Hawaii of Korea. Absolutely, man. Jeju Island, man. You should get down there. Go check it out. The only thing about Jeju Island in Korea is that now there's a lot of tourists, so it's changing. It was a really beautiful place like 30 years ago. My gosh, so pretty. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about news because, like I said, there's a lot of hyperbole out there, and even any kind of non-mainstream content tends to get very, it tends to get very crazy and not a lot of fact checking, a lot of screaming and a lot of emotion. To me, it's more like women, I think it's important to look at things rationally, to rationally understand this world and why things are the way they are. And the more rational we are, the more we understand life and the better life is for us, right? So why is the news, why is it not accurate, basically? And how does the news work? So I just want to kind of give you guys some experience I've had. I've translated for the news. I speak Chinese and Japanese, so I've translated for the news many times. I've, done some kind of crazy, I don't know what you call it. It's more like adventure TV where you go and, take a rope down a volcano kind of thing, And so I've done a lot of different stuff, and I've been on TV a lot. So I just want to kind of give you guys my take on how the news works, and you guys can understand it. Why would the news not be accurate? I think when I was a kid, I used to think that the news was almost like from the government or like it was from God or something. The news is accurate. That's what I used to think when I was a kid. I thought, the news is telling us the way it is, Walter Cronkite and all that shit, It's like, hey, what's up, man? No, but I just thought, the news is, when I was growing up, I basically thought the news is just basically accurate. They're going to tell the truth, right? Why would they not tell the truth? So, okay, you have all kinds of forces going on, but I just wanted to talk about the general business of the news, because once you understand the business of the news, it's easier to understand why the news wouldn't be accurate, right? First thing is you got reporters, right? And every reporter I ever met, let me think. Yeah, every reporter I've ever met was left-leaning, every single one. And I know these guys personally. I know a lot of Fox News reporters that do Fox News, and they're actually not Republicans at all. And this is not a political rant. This is just the reality is that most people that get into the news tend to be kind of do-gooder types. They want to help the world. They want to have a better world. They want to feed the animals. They want to stop the humanity, whatever, some kind of atrocity, which is great and everything. But they get into the news business, right? The news business sucks as far as making money. It's like the worst business ever. I just do it as a hobby. If I get a chance to go somewhere exciting, I'll go. If the news calls me and wants me to do a cool show or something, I'll go and do it just because I think it's fun. It's not for money. The news business is terrible for money. So first thing you got to know about reporters is, even if they're really famous, let's say you get a really famous guy, I don't know, just anybody that you would think of, right? They're actually got no money. They're broke as fuck. Reporters are all broke as fuck. And no matter how famous they are, it doesn't matter. Basically, the news pays them to travel around. They pay for their hotel, and then they just basically looking for the next gig. It's like the gig economy, where you're trying to, you may get $3,000 for doing something, or you get $500, or you get $50 for writing an article, right? So it's like you're just constantly needing money. There's no salary. There's no security in the news at all. I mean, there's a few people that get stuff like that, but mainly most of the news stuff, the guys don't have any money. Most news reports that you see are by independent news guys. So they're in the middle of nowhere. They get this assignment. They apply. They get this assignment to write an article about something, Ronin or something in Myanmar. They write the article, and often they don't even go there because there's not enough money. So they might pay you $50 to write an article, and get this, they might only give you 45 minutes to write the piece. So imagine this: you're sitting at home, suddenly some guy calls you, he gives you a chance to make $50, and you have 45 minutes to turn in the piece. That's it. So how good can you do it? How good of a job can you do at that situation? There's not enough fucking money. They won't fly you there. They're not going to check. They're not going to fly you. They don't have the money. So, I mean, a lot of the people, when they talk about fake news, they talk about it from the kind of conspiracy perspective. But I think when you understand the business news, it's so obvious why it's fucked up. They just don't have any fucking bread, so they can't do any investigative journalism. They just basically give you a few bucks, you write an article, and you're done. Then there's other kinds of situations where you might get some money, let's say the Olympics, right? So I was at the Beijing Olympics translating for the gold medal winners because I speak Chinese, right? So I got a chance to go there. So I went there, and I was up at the reporter hotel, and this is just a hobby of mine because I got a lot of friends who are reporters and in media and stuff, so they call me because I'm kind of this weird guy who has a lot of different skills. So they call me and they say, hey, you want to go to the Beijing Olympics? I'm like, fuck yeah, may as well go, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I get free tickets to the fucking ride, different events and stuff. So I cruised there, and I went there, and basically that's the kind of thing they get paid for. Now get this, you guys get this. This is a true story. So when I went there, I was working with a friend, this guy, and he was working for Fox News. Okay, so I'm helping him, right? And the dude is gay, right? The dude is totally gay, right? And he doesn't know anything about sports. So he invited me up there. I thought it was, to give me a free vacation and some time off from my business. But he said, hey, just come here, we'll give you a hotel, you'll be all styling. And then when I got there, I realized the reason why he invited me to the Beijing Olympics is because he didn't know shit about sports. So he called me like 20 million times a day, and he's like, how many people on a baseball team? Why is this guy doing this? Why is this? Why is this? And I realized that the dude that wrote the dude that did your news for the sports in Beijing Olympics was basically me, because the guy who was going to do it, supposed to do it, he didn't know shit about what he was writing. And the guy's name is not on it, so don't worry, you guys won't be able to figure it out. But I was helping all these sports guys because I know about sports. I like sports, right? So they didn't know shit about it, right? They fucking didn't even know the rules. Like, the guy didn't even know how many people were on a fucking baseball team, right? Because baseball was in the Olympics for the first time. I went to see U.S. and China. It was kick-ass, man. It was kick-ass. So basically, like, you got problems. Like, there's not enough money in news. Then you also have, like, you know, people don't, you know, you can't know everything, right? You're not like an expert on sports and then politics and geography and everything. And they give you all these assignments, these crazy assignments. Like, 1 minute you're doing a fucking earthquake. The next minute you're doing like a human rights violation. The next day you're doing the fucking Olympics, right? So of course you don't know shit about all those things, right? So that's the other problem with the news, is that nobody knows that much shit. Everybody just has a specialty that we're good at. But the news has to have a ton of different fucking content, right? So they're going to take these guys who don't know that much stuff, and they're going to put them on all these different assignments, because that's the only thing they can do. They have these professional reporters, and that's what they do. They do news reports, right? So they're going to put these guys on all these different types of news reports that they don't know shit about, right? But what would you do? Like, let's say you're a fucking reporter, right? And you're getting, but you don't have a salary, and you're trying to pay your bills, right? They give you an assignment to cover some fucking, I don't know, some atrocity in some country you never heard of. What are you going to do? Are you going to say no? Of course you're going to say yes. You're going to say yes, right? You're going to fucking go. You're going to do the report as best you can, right? That's the way these guys are. That's the way these guys are. Okay, another problem with the news, big problem with the news, is you as a viewer. Is you have some idea of the way the world is, right? So people have an image of different countries, different situations, right? So, like, for example, in China, in Beijing, when I was there, I got asked to do this, translate some interviews, right? Because what was happening was they were tearing down, there's a nice wave. Dude, stoked, man, the guy's fucking all over it. Oh, no, the dude totally, yeah, the news changes people's views, world views. Absolutely it does. Absolutely, right? So, okay, so what happened was, this is a true story, you guys. Okay, so I'm up in Beijing, right? Guy asked me, would you translate for this interview? And I said, what is it about? And he said, well, we're going to go and we're going to see all these Chinese people who got kicked out of their houses because the government was tearing down some of the houses, and then they were redoing the area. And so this guy said to me, he said, hey, these people are super pissed off, and they're, we got to go to translate, we got to go interview them, and we got to, get their fucking anger out to the world. The Chinese government's doing this and that. And so he asked me, and I said, well, look, dude, I don't think these guys are angry, because I know China. I speak Chinese. I live there. I said, look, it's kind of the Chinese dream to have the Chinese government tear down your house, believe it or not. The reason why is because when the government tears down your house, okay, again, if you're in a downtown big area, if you're in a shitty area, some local official might fuck you over. But let's just say that you're in downtown Beijing, downtown Shanghai, you get paid off really well for that. So, like, for example, your house gets torn down, right? But the government will pay you pretty good money, right? So basically, let's see, best way to hear about what's going on in the world, connecting with others. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so here's what happened on this interview, right? So the guy asked me if I could do it. I said, yeah. And I said, look, I know for a fact that these Chinese guys are happy their houses are getting torn down in downtown Beijing, because they get paid triple value for their house, right? And the guy's like, no. He's like, he's a total bleeding heart. He's like, no, they're super pissed off. He's like, they're boiling anger. And I said, look, dude, I know this business, and I know these guys, these type of guys, and they're stoked, So we went down there, and he's like, oh, that's not true, So we went down there, and I started interviewing these guys. Every single guy was like, oh yeah, they're tearing down my house. I'm gonna get paid off. I'm gonna get a new house. No more rats. No more fucking bullshit. And I was like, okay, so I told the guy, right? I said, look, this guy is happy they're tearing down his house because he's gonna get more money and a new house, right? And then the guy was like, oh, you're just saying that because you said this before. right? And I'm like, dude, I'm translating the guy's exact words. You have it on tape. You can go listen to it, have anybody listen to it, right? But he's like, no, so let's talk to somebody else. So we spent the whole day talking to more and more people about how they felt about their house being torn down. And every single guy we talked to was stoked because they were getting paid off. But the news had a story that they were writing that the viewers, like you guys out there, me too, viewers wanted to hear. They wanted to hear the story of the Chinese anger. Now, there's plenty of anger in China. I'm not saying it's perfect there. I'm just saying in this particular situation, when guys are getting triple for their house, of course they're fucking happy, right? Of course, right? Everybody's fucking happy about that. And it was a special time. Olympics were going on, right? So when it ended, the guy did exactly. And so then when it finally, when the story came out, he didn't even like listen to the guys. Like, he wrote a total bullshit story that said that they're really angry and there's boiling anger in China over these kicking them out of their houses. And it was totally not fucking true. It was totally not true. But I thought about it. I kind of thought, well, why did he do that? He did it because his editor gave him a story. Okay, it's called The Lead. The editor gave him a lead. Okay, so you write a lead, okay? So, for example, I don't know, the story could be anything, right? Let's just say the story is like, they're going to build a new road over here, and some people don't like it, right? So there's going to be a lead. So then you go and you do your story on that, right? And the editor already knows what he wants to say. He's already got an opinion, right? That it's good, it's bad, or whatever, right? So yeah, so exactly. So the thing is, he's already got a story that he's writing, and he gives it to you, and he gives you the assignment. It's kind of like a teacher, right? If a teacher tells you that, quantum physics is awesome, it's changing the world, then you're going to write a paper about how quantum physics is awesome, right? You're not going to write a paper about how quantum physics sucks because you're going to get a bad grade. That's how the reporters are. Exactly. The editor has an idea for a story, he has a lead, and he's going to give it to you, and you have to do what he says. That's basically the way the news works. So one thing is, you got no money because you're a fucking reporter. You got no salary. You got no security. And now you get a job for $100 or $200 or whatever, and then you're supposed to say this thing about this situation. And that's what you do. You fucking, you got no money, so you're a good little fucking boy, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. Dalian was the same thing in Beijing. It was so true, man. The guys were so stoked their house was getting torn down. Now, again, there are a lot of land protests in China. So the farther you get away from the downtown, where there's like legit businesses and legit people, and the more you get to corruption, like in the countryside, farmland, mountainous land, then you have more bullshit, you have more anger. But in downtown Beijing, it's kind of like downtown New York, it's like fucking very serious shit. And the people are powerful and connected. So I'm not saying everybody gets a good deal from everything. I'm not making any kind of thing, oh, there he is right on that thing. Dude, he's all over that. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh man, that's so beautiful. It's a great day today. The surf is awesome. The surf is good today. Everybody's out. It's like 12 o'clock right now. It's like afternoon. Usually the surf is all rough by now, but it's like perfectly glassy today, which is fucking awesome, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. Is there is good news out there, but the business sucks. Nobody has any money. It's being killed by the internet. And so all they do is they have their own ideas and stories. Everybody's like limited in their knowledge. We're all limited in what we know about. But you have to write stories about all the shit you don't even know about, right? So that's the problem. That's the problem with the news, the business model, and okay, then you got other problems like you want to get clicks, right? So you need something controversial, right? So if you don't have anything controversial, then no one's going to fucking read it, right? It's just like if you have a blog about MGTOW and you don't say anything interesting, no one's going to read your blog, right? You need to have something fucking that pops, And that's the same way with the fucking news, right? Same way with the news, right? So that's the thing, is like, just like if you have a blog, you have to, clickbait, that's exactly what it is, man, clickbait. And, when you write a blog or when you write even a Facebook post, if you want people to read it, you have to write something interesting. You have to have a nice picture. The news is exactly the same way. They can't just do a boring story. And also, nobody wants to read about happy news. Like, nobody wants to read about, oh, they made a new road and everybody loves it. No, they want Everybody wants to read about some fucking negative situation, right? So I'm not saying the news is not totally fucked just because it's owned by companies and these companies are trying to make money. But I mean, I'm just saying that there's more to it. There's more to it. It's more complicated than exactly. Everyone loves drama, right? So, you know, we love drama too. We click on stuff. Start watching what you click on, you know. You're probably going to click on the more controversial shit, right? You know, that's the way we are, you know. That's if there was a huge wave right now that killed these guys, everybody would be down here, right? Filming, right? Now it's a nice day. Guys are surfing. No one's filming except me shooting a MGTOW video. You know what I mean? Because things are fucking good and things are fucking easy, right? Yeah, that's right. News is like a fucking reality show. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's and the thing is news is getting less and less profitable all the time. So it's only going to get worse. Is like even like legit stations, they just don't have any money. You know, that's the problem. That's one of the big problems with news. I think there's a lot of problems with news, but one of the biggest problems is a simple one. Very easy to understand. They just have no money. So, you know, what can they do? They can't, you know, finance somebody to fly over there and do the research and learn the language or some shit. You know, no way. It's like slam bam, thank you, man. $50, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, story's done, boom, next story. Boom, another story. Unrelated, bam, another story. $50, another story, boom. That's fucking news from a reporter's perspective. You know, it's there's no way, you know. So as far as MGTOW is fucking totally hopeless, right? You know, the reason why MGTOW is never going to be, it's never, oh, there's a good wave there. That dude's, oh, yes. Oh, no, he's fucking all over that. Oh, no, he's too slow. Oh, that sucks. You know, MGTOW is never going to be portrayed accurately because it's a bunch of dudes that society is better off out there being slaves, right? It's better off for society if guys are slaves, you know? Why would you kill the golden goose, right? All these men out here working, doing their thing, fixing the fucking trains, fixing the buildings, fixing the pipes, right? They have no motivation, you know? They have no motivation to do anything, right? Yeah, that's right. The Onion is closest thing to real news, you know? And let's see, I had a couple of other ideas too. But like with MGTOW, like, think about it. If you start encouraging other guys to not work for women, to not give money, to not think of the future so much, just to live for yourself, do what you want, go your own way, this is not good for business. Anything that's not good for business, the news doesn't want to cover, okay? They want to cover, like, let's say it's art, right? My mom's an artist. They want to cover the artist that makes money. They don't want to cover the artist that doesn't make money because then they don't get any clicks, right? So, you know, it's the same thing with thanks, man. Thanks, Taz. Yeah, exactly, you know, so let's see what else is going on. Yeah, news is for profit, of course. They're trying to make money, they're trying to pay their bills, and of course they're getting slammed by the internet. So I don't know, there's other forces at work. Some governments like China and Russia, they sponsor news channels with funding that is not related to profit. And that's also, hey Black Eagle, how you doing, man? You know, anytime that you got governments funding the news, then you got fucked up shit happening, right? And then, okay, let's just think about a simple thing. Because I really want my channel to be like rational, logical. Why are things this way? Why are this way, right? Let's think about a very simple thing here. Let's say that I want to do a story. Okay, I'm a reporter, or let's say I'm an editor, and I want to do a story on business, okay? And I want to write a story about a business, how a business is doing bad things, okay? So they're doing something bad. And I want to write a story about it. Well, now, if I go to the business and I say, look, I'm going to write a story that's really bad about you guys, do you think they're going to let me come in? Right? Do you think they're going to let me, would they let me, oh, there's one. Oh, dude. Oh, he didn't even take off. What the fuck? That was the best wave so far. Dude, that's got some power, that one. Oh, there's another one. Oh, yeah. That's called a set, by the way. You know, so basically you need access, man. So to get access, you have to write good things. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? If you have a restaurant and the food, you ask your friend to write a review of the food, And then your friend says, well, the food sucks, I'm gonna write a bad review. Do you want him to review your, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want him to review your food if the guy's not gonna write something good about it. The news is exactly the same, right? In order to accurately report, I need to get access, right? Or a reporter, they need to get fucking access to the story, right? Not Malibu, but awesome place, man. Fucking awesome place. This is where I grew up. I grew up surfing here. But yeah, let's see. So like, there's no way I can get access, right? If I'm gonna, so that's the problem. The only way the reporters can write a story that's negative is if they lie to you. So they say, oh, we're gonna write this great story about your business, and they get in there, and then they have to find the negative thing that they wanted to write the story about, right? Let's say your company's stealing money, right? They can't tell you, hey, look, we think your company's stealing money. We're gonna do a news report that's gonna ruin your business, right? Who would let them in? No one's gonna fucking let them in. So that's the problem, is that the news, the other problem with the news is they have to do a deal with the devil. They gotta do a fucking deal with the devil, because in order for them to get access, they need to write good things. Otherwise, nobody's gonna fucking let them in. So they either have to lie, or they have to like write a story that's kind of positive, right? They can't write a completely negative story. So it's just like, that's the way the business is. I mean, if your family has let's say your mom makes cookies or something, right? And you write a shitty review of her cookies, she's gonna fucking hate you, right? Even if the cookies do suck, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, nobody wants a negative review. They only want a positive review, basically, right? And everybody who's writing anything or saying anything or building anything, they always want positive review. So as a reporter, if you're gonna write an accurate story, people want to read negative news, right? That's what people like, negative fucking news, right? So nobody wants negative news about themselves. That's basically what's going on. They want negative news about somebody else, right? But you don't want negative news about your company. Let's see here. News. Let's talk about celebrities. Yeah, celebrities, right? That's what people want to watch. They want to hear about famous people. For some reason, human beings, if they know there's some person's name that they know, they think it's a leader in their mind, like a monkey fucking troop or something, and they want to fucking hear about this person, and they respect this person, and the girls will have sex with this person just because the person's name is well known. It's completely fucked. The human brain is one problem with news too. The human brain wants to hear these negative stories. It believes that celebrities are important, you know. So it's like totally hopeless. Hey, King MGTOW, how you doing, man? How you doing? I can finally talk again. I lost my voice because my cold was so bad, dude. So bad. Oh, celebrities. Oh, dude, I've been gone so long, I don't even know. I'm just back in the States after being gone 30 years. I don't even know the fucking celebrities, right? I have no fucking idea who they are. I see their pictures everywhere, but I don't even know who they are. I don't even know their names. And I really don't care. Just like I don't care about like celebrities in fucking Indonesia or anything. I don't care about the American celebrities. I mean, unless they're my friend and they're cool, then it's fine, you know. I got no resentment against celebrities. You know, there's nothing wrong with them, you know. Yeah, Merry Christmas, man. Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. You can say fucking Christmas. Hell fucking yeah. You know? Oh, yeah. Oh, then we got advertisers. Oh, yeah, that's a great point. Fucking great point there. Dude, who said that? Let's see. Maurice. Oh, dude, exactly. Oh, man. Oh, advertisers. Okay, so advertisers pay for the show, you know? So naturally, you can't write anything bad about advertisers. You know what I mean? This is not conspiracy stuff. This is basic human nature, right? If your dad is paying you, you know, to write, right? You can't write anything bad about your dad because he's giving you money. You just can't do it, right? Because if you do, he's going to stop giving you money. That's exactly what the news is like. That's exactly what the fucking news is like. Is you have, you write stuff? Exactly. And exactly. The nice MGTOW guy is like, Alex Jones wants to sell his fucking vitamin water and pills and stuff, right? Exactly. I got a story about Alex Jones, actually. I had an interaction with him, but I can't tell because you guys don't know who I am. But no, I'm not a big fan of Alex Jones, actually, just because of this one interaction that I had that wasn't so great. And I realized a lot about the guy. But it's all good. No one's perfect, you know. It's all good. I got nothing bad to say. And maybe I met him in another situation, it'd be fine, you know. So let's see here. I wouldn't say he's a scammer. Okay, is he a scammer? Is Alex Jones a scammer? Okay, I can just say this, is that he is a hog of publicity. So this is my opinion, and from my own experience of like a story with him, is he basically didn't want anybody on his show except for him. He wanted to control it. He didn't want, he had a great opportunity to get somebody on his show who would really know about the story he was talking about, but he didn't want that. He preferred just himself there, even though he didn't know shit about the story, because he was afraid, I think he was afraid that the other guy was going to take over the show and it was going to be more popular than him. The guy had a very, very big story, a very exciting story that was kind of an Alex Jones kind of story. But Alex Jones was, I would say he's a bit of a 3-incher. That's basically my take on the guy. You know, a 3-incher is somebody who's a little bit insecure, doesn't want anybody, like afraid of, you know what I mean? Like, did you see my video about 3-inchers? Yeah, it's like a 3-incher is a fucking insecure dude who's afraid that someone else is gonna beat him or be bigger than him or fucking whatever the fuck. Yeah, not so bad, not so insidious, you know, not so evil, but I don't like 3-inchers, man. If you're, don't be insecure, man. Fucking hold your head up fucking high, you guys. We are fucking men. We are awesome. And just fucking be fucking comfortable with yourself, you know what I mean? Don't fucking, there's nothing other guy has that is like makes you less, man. Anything anybody else has, just that makes them good, you know, and has nothing to do with you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, cool. Exactly. Everybody's got good and bad. If he helped Trump and you're stoked on that, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, I think the same way, like if I have somebody who does one thing for me that makes a big difference, then it's like I'll forgive him for the other stuff, right? Yeah, totally cool. Totally cool. I'm not here to badmouth him. I just had an interaction. I had a personal interaction with him, so that's why I mentioned it. Not talking just from the general news. But all right, guys. Well, look, I just gotta go. I'm gonna go and I'm driving out to Vegas tonight, so we're gonna be cruising out there again, and I'll be driving through the desert. I wanted to do it in the daytime so I could see the view because I love driving, man. I haven't been in the States for so long. I haven't driven, you know. It's like, what's MGTOW? Somebody asked, what's MGTOW? That's a good. I actually was gonna hang up, but Tom, how you doing? MGTOW is it's a little bit difficult to define, and I think everybody on the comment can comment what they think MGTOW is. So, what do you guys think MGTOW is? We got Tom on here. He's brand new to MGTOW. What is MGTOW? I think I would say for myself, I don't have a perfect definition, Tom. But I think for myself is when I kind of realized that as far as like dating and relationships, like the world did not have my best interest in mind. You know, I kind of realized that at some point, is that I had to, if I just go into the typical like situation that everybody else goes into, right, where you're freedom from slavery, I'll read these things. It's an awakening to the truth of human nature. Let's see, ideas. Let's see, steering clear of the ideas of living with women and offspring. It's the manifestation of the word no. It's not going corporate. Oh yeah, that's a good one. The family court system is rigged against guys. That's absolutely true. MGTOW is about us men putting ourselves first, rejecting gynocentrism, which is basically a society that protects women over guys. It's about waking up. Oh yeah, NYC Korean MGTOW, he really nailed it there. That's why people talk about the red pill, because it's about waking up. I'm gonna do my next video I'll probably do is gonna be on how to MGTOW yourself, Tom. Is how you can, how to start from not knowing much about it and then kind of like see where you're at, you know? So we're not selling anything, Tom. You know, it's like, this is, just see if any of this makes sense to you. Self-reliance, sorry guys, reducing your liabilities, being the best person you can be without being impacted by a system that's set against you. Yeah. It's a gift from God, being aware, don't get divorce raped. That's when you divorce but you lose all your assets. Risk management, that's a good one. Dude, the fifth estate, dude, that's good. I like that. Risk management. Yeah, it's not going balls deep without thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's not like putting your life in other people's hands. That's a lot of it for guys. It's like an awakening, and let's see, not accepting the established norms, but the letters stand for something. Oh, I see. Okay, it's men going their own way. That's what MGTOW stands for. But you asked a great question, Tom, and there's a lot of great answers here. Rejecting the gynocracy philosophy that don't allow women to access your resources. Don't get married. Don't let them live with you. Self-reliance. Men going their own way. You guys are answering the question. Satan has to breed corruption in society to feed the cousins, brothers, fathers, daughters. Eddie Imperial, being free. MGTOW can be so many things, that's true. And moving to Thailand, it definitely can be moving. You know, like going to a place where you can be more free. Hell yeah. 100% free. Yeah. Greetings, the walking tree. Yeah. Let's see here. Some MGTOWs date, some go monk. Yep. See you in Vegas for the state. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm still sick though. That's the only thing. I'm sick as fuck. Being John Galt. Let's see here. Judge all women as you would judge a man. Yeah, don't give women the break where you're like, oh, she's a woman. She's good. She wouldn't do this. It's like looking like realistically at stuff. It's like looking realistically at what people do. Oh, I'm losing my thing here. Damn it, you guys. I hope I'm not losing my feed here. Let's see here. I'm losing my feed. Can you guys still hear me? Oh shit. Can you guys hear me? I hope you guys can still hear me. Let's see here. Oh man, I just locked my phone. Dude, I just locked my phone. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back. All right, cool. Ronin and Samurai without a master. Hell yeah. Doing your own thing, It's breaking out, man. It's breaking out. It's being free. A lot of people say it's off the plantation, man. Off the plantation. No more do people run your life. You run your fucking life. You make your decisions, right? I am wary of defining MGTOW. Oscar Wilde was right. To define is to limit. So basically MGTOW is just do it your own way. There is no single way. Yeah, there's a lot of truth there, man. I like that. Yeah, Maurice, yeah. Ronin Man has the coolest MGTOW name. Thanks, North Korean. And what am I saying, North Korean? My brain is not working. Sorry, NYC Korean MGTOW. Dude, thank you. I thought about that name for a long time, man. Seriously, I thought about that a long time. It's like, you want to be a man who's like well-trained, who's like a fucking killer, but he's not out killing. He's got his own values. He's not like a soldier where you pay him to go and you say, go shoot those people over there, and he goes and shoots them, right? No, man, it's a guy who makes his own decision. He's got the skills. He's got the knowledge. He's got the self-reliance, but he doesn't take other orders, right? It's like, just basically doing it your own way. I haven't trained in martial arts, but I've lived in, I've lived in Asia for 30 years almost. And the martial arts it's really embedded in so much of anything that men do in Asia. It's very much embedded. The samurai spirit, the spirit of wushu in Chinese, and just the thinking, the martial arts thinking. I'm not saying if you go to Asia you're going to see it right away, but if you speak the language and you live there for a long time, you realize this is what being a man is. And it's one of my favorite topics. Is I think that there's two types of macho in the world. One macho is the Western macho. Is like big muscles and fucking big car, big engine, right? But there's another kind of macho, and that's the Asian macho. The Asian macho is totally fucking different. Like you look at the Japanese samurai, right? I'm not sorry, what am I saying? The Japanese Yakuza. What is their symbol? Their symbol is a fucking flower. Just think about that. The fucking mafia symbol is a goddamn flower. That's a different way of thinking. It's a very different way of thinking. Being a man, being masculine, and the martial arts, and being a man who does what he says and thinks just being a man is different in Asia. It's very different thinking, and it's infiltrated the whole martial arts way of thinking is embedded in everything about Asia, traditional Asia, and so you learn it just by being a guy. I have a lot of guy friends in Asia. I'm not one of these guys that comes to Asia and doesn't meet guys. It's like fucking meets girls. No, man, I got a shit ton of Asian friends here. I mean, not here, I'm not there right now, but I mean in Japan, China, Thailand, India. I mean, fucking everywhere. You know, it's like, I like dudes. I mean, fucking dudes are my friends, you know? Dudes are my support, man. Dudes are my, I don't know, just like my, I think peace and intelligence and knowledge mainly comes from dudes, you know? I mean, there's cool chicks out there, but I mean, I'll take some dude friends that they end up being longer friends and often cooler dudes, you know? Like better, ooh, there's, now so you can see, by the way, you guys, the waves have changed since I've been standing here. Now it's kind of rough out there. It's getting kind of shitty, you know? MGTOW is making the videos, can listen to, let's see, before going to bed. Women come and go, dude, that's so true. Oh yeah, oh Maurice, dude, that's so true, dude. This is another very Asian macho thing, is be fucking water, you guys. Is we're nothing. It's like water, when you move your hand through water, it just moves around your fucking hand, right? You're like, no one can stop you. You just like flexible, you go around the thing and you end up on the other side. You know, it's not this kind of like Western macho idea. The Western macho idea to me is very tiresome and boring. I like the Asian macho way myself. I really do. I really dig on it. You know, the whole martial arts thinking and like be water and like, I don't know. I just dig on it. I mean, because I've been there so long, you know, that I change, you know. I can't relate to it. To me, the Western way just seems kind of fake. You know what I mean? It just does. To me, you know. Men have creative, let's see here. It's not your girl, it's just your turn. The universal solvent, water, hell yeah. The Western mechanic, let's see here. Eastern philosophy, yeah, there's a lot of cool Eastern guy philosophy. Maybe I'll do a video about that. All right, guys, looks like the train's gonna come and it's gonna be super noisy, so. All right, dude, so thank you very much for being on, guys. And I'm gonna go clean up and take a shower and get over to my car and drive over to Vegas. So I'll catch